The lesson.
Oh, yeah.
Macshane,
What's good? What's poppin', brother?
cheers for rolling through.
Thanks for having me, man.
Now, so tell us a bit about, I guess, people know you for the freestyles.
Correct, yeah. Predominantly known for the freestyle game. Been kicking, well, rapping probably safely about the last 2 years, like around Perth. Only recently found it compared to kind of most dudes. But for me, as soon as I started freestyling, I was addicted from day one, man. Like wordplay, the performance aspect of it, the banter aspect. But freestyle for me is kind of my like channel in rap that I really enjoy personally. It's something that is almost like instant gratification in the sense that it happens there and then. Writing can obviously be a bit more of a grind, which is something I'm trying to adjust to. But freestyling for me is like in the moment, and I hype myself up going, fuck, did I even think of that? Or, it's kind of, something like, it's like lightning, man.
What are your thoughts on, obviously you and I, we know freestyling as like off the top of the head. That's that very 90s sort of
For sure.
thing. I guess these days on mixtapes and shit, they'll be like so-and-so freestyle.
Yeah.
But it's not off the top.
For sure.
It's more like it's just exclusive. You can't get it anywhere else.
That's right.
So what's your take on, I guess, what's called a freestyle these days?
It's weird. Funny how you bring that up, because I've noticed in my like new like time in rap, what I've noticed is the term freestyle, I perceive it as something completely different from what that is. The term's been watered down in my eyes for what I believe a freestyle is. So you get guys like a freestyle now. You got rappers on YouTube saying freestyle, which is really just throwaway bars. It's not like a song. They haven't written a song with a theme and a topic. It's just like, could be 16 bars, throwaway. But for me, freestyle is me rapping about something we can both see. You give me a topic, you give me a theme or a little sandbox to play in, and I'll rap about what the parameters that you give me. I'll rap about something you put in my face. I'll rap about shoes you're wearing. Freestyle is something that's organic. It's in the moment, spontaneous, probably won't ever happen again, but it's that capturing of that exact time, that moment in time. But freestyling for me, what I would perceive a freestyle is, I like the physical freestyle. It's like, I'm going to rap about the camera. I'm going to rap about the carpet. I'm going to rap about the paint and the walls. Something that everybody can see that breaks down the fourth wall. So freestyle for me is like sharing an experience with everybody. But freestyle really is something that is off the top of their head completely. And the easiest way to prove that to you as the listener is for me to freestyle about something we both can experience.
So when you practice freestyling, because after hearing your shit last night and then again tonight, I don't know, you've got that super nat thing where it's just, it's blatantly obvious
For sure.
that it's a freestyle. When you prepare that shit, I mean, is that just what you do hour after hour in your room? And
well, this is so odd because I haven't actually had to talk about this. So for me right now, I'm like figuring it out myself. Basically, when I walk out there on a stage, I've done it many 100,000 times, but walking out there in front of 4,000 people at a festival and telling everybody to hold something up in the air, I have no idea what I'm going to get. I've had a dude take his prosthetic leg off and fucking put it in my hand, and I dropped a punchline about it as he was unscrewing his leg. Like, I've had girls throw me tampons, fucking a breast pump, eckies, weed, like, so I don't know what's coming, so I can't prepare for that. The best thing I can do to practice freestyling is continually flex the muscle that is the brain, that part of the brain that processes words. So for me to do that, I'll drive around, I'll pop on intros in the car, and I'll just rap about what I see as I drive past. I've got two absolute god level freestyler homies that I owe a lot to as far as pushing my limits and pushing their limits. Silvertongue and Becken. If you want freestyle, Silvertongue and Becken, you need to peep. Becken's my housemate. I'll sit out the backyard. We'll sit down. All right. I'll go, bro, give me a time, a place, and a person. He'll give me a year. It was a game that we made up. Give me a year. We'll say 1800, Siberia, person, Californian surfer. Okay, that's whack. None of these things fit together. But now in double time over a 140 BPM trap beat, I'm going to tell you a whole story about a Californian surfer, 1800 in Siberia, in a long freestyle. Silvertongue will go back to back. We'll say, like, he'll drop a word at the end of a 4 bar. And so obviously I have to rhyme that in a perfect multi. And so we'll practice and train each other in that way, just like banter and fun. But that's continuously flexing that muscle. So it's creating new like pathways in the brain, words that you wouldn't normally use. We'll rap about life as the perspective for what a fucking tissue box would see the world as. Why does everybody use me? Wipe away the tears. Like just things that are so weird and obscure that you would never perceive in traditional rap about rapping, yo, this is my story of the streets. I'm going to rap about what a fucking keyboard experiences life as. People always hammering away. Like, so, you know, it's weird, man. Freestyling is just flexing and flexing the brain. That's how I stay trained.
Now, when you say you freestyled in front of, you know, say 1,000 people, 2,000 people, if that's not on a competition stage, you know, how does someone who can freestyle and is into the hip hop thing get themselves in a position where they're rapping in front of that many people off the top of the dome?
For sure. So for me, I have a very strange journey with hip hop. Like traditionally, I'm not the hip hop day dot start finish. I used to play in fucking punk metal bands as a drummer. I listened to every style of music, but when I found hip hop, and obviously freestyle, the wordplay aspect of it, that was something I was genuinely attracted to. I love the music, the vibe, obviously, but the ability to use words to convey everything. For me, with freestyling, I was lucky in the sense that I started to rap to a few people, and people were like, "Oh man, that's dope! Like, it's a cool party trick," which led to people introducing me to other people again, and it kept climbing and climbing. And then I started linking up with DJs as a freestyler, more so a host. So I would host and toast the DJ, and then we would gradually incorporate the freestyle aspect into the actual sets. First of all, large up DJ Fidel, who I've worked with a lot. So Honor, he kind of, for me, was the dude that projected me into that next dimension and actually showed me that something that can translate across boundaries. But I started doing the freestyle gimmick at shows with him, pulling things out of the crowd a la Supernat. And then from there, with the reception on that was huge. So other people started taking notice and it kept growing. So for dudes who want to take that freestyle element and bring it forward onto a larger scale, I suggest that you make more showmanship of it, not so much the back alley, you know, or standing around in a cypher. Incorporate that weird showmanship by breaking down the fourth wall and getting people involved. You know, hey, give me a topic to rap about, hold something up in the air. If you create a show out of it, then of course you can package that to a larger audience rather than dudes just, you know, I guess standing around listening to you cypher about anything.
The lesson. Oh, yeah.